Bro, the New Orleans Pelicans have been one of the most frustrating teams to watch in the past couple of years. This team is so talented on paper. They have Zion Williamson, who in my opinion is a top 25, 30 player in the league, when he's healthy, of course. Brandon Ingram, one of the best scorers at his position, one of the best small forwards in the league, and arguably a top 30 player in the league when healthy, surrounded with a core of CJ McCollum, Troy Murphy, Jordan Hawkins, quality role players like Larry Nance Jr. A guy like Herb Jones is very valuable. Jose Alvarado. Like, there are so many valuable players on this team, and then on top of that, they add DeJounte Murray to this team as well. And yet, for the past couple of years, where they ended up either in the play-in tournament or like towards the bottom half of the Western Conference. First round exit in 2022, play-in exit in 2023, and another first round exit in 2024. Now, obviously, we all know that the main thing that's been holding this team back is health, but I feel like the other thing is, number one, an overall lack of continuity, and then number two, just a lack of seriousness, in my opinion. Like, there's times when I look at this team and I'm just thinking there are certain guys on this team that don't really care that much about winning. Like, bro, when you really look at this team, like, this has got to be one of the most unserious teams of all time. You have Zion over here paying for girls' OnlyFans accounts and messing with all these corn stars and going into the season out of shape. Like, it genuinely baffles me that Zion has all this talent and he doesn't really take it that seriously from what I'm seeing. You look at Brandon Ingram, he looks out of his mind 24/7. Like, I don't know what they be putting in that New Orleans weed, but bro, every time I see a post-game interview of Brandon Ingram or anything where he's speaking, the dude looks like he doesn't know where he is, not to mention his love for little people. I like the addition of DeJounte Murray because you have a guy who can not only score the ball, but he's really good passing, and the guy can defend on the perimeter, something that the Pelicans really need. And just overall, I'm looking forward to the duo between Zion and DeJounte Murray. I think it's going to be a fun thing to see, and especially on that fast break, I think it's going to be better than Lonzo and Zion. And if you remember the AD trade when Lonzo got sent to New Orleans, everybody was hyping up that duo. Even me, I was excited to see those two get out on the fast break and Lonzo just throw up a lob to Zion and watching him go get it. I feel like DeJounte and Zion are going to be a way better duo. Now, obviously, last season was a little bit more optimistic for New Orleans as Zion played 70 games and he averaged a cool little 23, 6, and 5. But I'm trying to see 2021 Zion. I'm trying to see Zion play peak basketball and remind everybody how good he really is, because it feels like everybody's just forgetting about him. Given the fact that Jonas Valanciunas is no longer here, I think we're going to see a lot more Zion at the 5 and just more small lineups, because I think the only center on this team right now is Daniel Tice, and Daniel Tice is kind of an undersized big as well. So outside of that, they have their rookie from Baylor, Yves Missy, who I don't know too much about, but I've seen him play in the summer league and he's played all right. He hasn't like stood out or anything, but I think with proper development, the guy could be something for this team. And with the move of DeJounte Murray, I'm thinking CJ McCollum might come off the bench this time. I pray to God that they don't do a dynamic where it's like CJ McCollum is running point and then DeJounte is at the shooting guard. That already didn't work in Atlanta with Trae Young. Why would you try it here? And plus, I think CJ would work better as a 6-man, especially at this point in his career. He's kind of getting up there in age. I know in the postseason against OKC, he played really bad. He shot like 24% from 3, 41 from the field, and averaged like 18 points and like 5 assists. But in a new role, I think he's going to thrive more, especially playing off the ball and having DeJounte Murray dominate the ball mostly. DeJounte can create more shots for him, and overall, it's going to help the Pelicans offense. Because last year, he averaged 20 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists on really good shooting splits. Overall, I really hope that this DeJounte Murray experiment works with the Pelicans, because I'm really starting to get sick of the same story being told with them every year. They have a good start to the season, Zion is playing well, they go on a really good run, and then something happens. Somebody gets hurt, or it'll be some drama within the locker room, or it'll just be something, right? 9 times out of 10, it's an injury to either Zion or Brandon Ingram. And then now those guys are out for a significant amount of time, and the Pelicans are now relegated to just the play-in tournament once again. And I'm sure Pelicans fans feel this way as well, but we really need 2021 Zion back. If y'all don't know what 2021 Zion was like, it was literally watching one of the most dominant displays of scoring in the paint. Zion would literally miss a shot, grab the rebound, muscle his way back into the paint, and just finish it up again. And then on top of that, he had some of the best dunks of that entire year. When I was watching Zion that year, I legitimately thought this guy is a future MVP level player. This guy could legitimately be the face of the league if he locks the fuck in. And I thought Brandon Ingram would be the perfect sidekick next to Zion, a guy who can create for himself, a guy who is very talented. He's very skilled when it comes to scoring. He has a very long wingspan, which allows him to play good defense as well. Like, it's been 5 years since the AD trade, and New Orleans, for the most part, has been disappointing. Back in 2019, we would project that by now they would have been a Western Conference Finals level team.